Hey, Peter.
What is up, guys?
Hey, buddy.
All right.
Just updating.
Okay.
Hey guys. So what made a lot of sense to me about that, I sort of listened to the conversation with one ear, is that I guess Eric's gone now. But it was I think I'm realizing now it was a wise that he triggered in knowing that thing about her. And the wises, of course, suggest that it's not that he has eyewitness knowledge of something that happened because he was involved, but rather he recognizes the signs.
So my belief was not really in the right place. Like there's no secret trafficking ring among the rodent.
Right. There could be something bad happening within that family, though. And if you
Yeah.
decide your character cares about that, that's interesting. If you still are interested about that. I mean, you can still go for it. Just it means the rodent aren't the target; it's the family or it's something that's happening there. So
Yeah.
your instinct, Eric, was that it was something happening in the family.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about the Alcarina, Lady Alcarina.
Mhm.
Whether her kind of lowly state, like as a drug addict, and
You
the
recognize something in her,
and the abuse that she suffered as a
right?
child, was that like just a mean father, abusive father, or was that something more broad? Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
We just kind of like we don't. We're saying obviously
Yeah.
we think that you had a bad you've been mistreated,
Well,
right? But we don't know.
I think probably like each one of us probably can see a certain thing that we think maybe had gone wrong in her life to kind of get her to be where she's at emotionally and mentally and whatever else. But and I think that like as women too, like we know what it's like to as men playing women, we know we know what it's like to to see someone who maybe suffering or not knowing that they are because we've all put up with three different like unique
Hmm.
things in our lives. I think that might be mostly what it is. Like we can see the and we're like anti oppression and stuff, so like I think we see certain things. um
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's kind of separate from my from my child wise and whatever. We see that shit all the time, like in the streets.
Yeah.
And then especially like when it's in like the noble, you know where women are like even more invisible and like like mistreated, and it's just like systemic.
Yeah.
Did I answer the question? I'm not sure if I.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
I
you
think that
did.
was good. Yeah, it was great. So,
What is that sound in the background? It sounds like
that is my
cat
dog.
meets rat.
No, that is my dog who's like, why are you not feeding me? See, look at him. It's like, why is there no
Oh,
food?
he's so cute.
Is that the
Yeah.
one
The
that needs
little
fed?
face.
You want to be fed, huh? Yeah, well, soon, very soon. I gotta wake my wife up because it is her turn. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, let me go check on her and then we'll get started.
Look at that little dog.
Mhm.
Um, January. So I kind of went over my beliefs with Chuck already. So I'll start.
Okay.
So you guys can know where I'm at. Okay.
Yep.
So belief number one is my magic belief. My dreams are coming true. I step into the world of magic. The shadowy sorcerer is a being of power, and it has much knowledge to impart. I will earn its favor by studying the ancient texts on Clegnar, this strange feline power, and the magic of the wise woman, so that our quest to the north is successful. So anyway, that's the belief. The second belief.
How, before we move on, what's the actual actionable action? Is that you're gonna
Sneaking into a library,
Rather than yeah.
secret place, stealing a bunch of books and reading them while we're on our ship on our travels north.
all right,
what rather than studying, maybe just say obtain.
Yeah, I will earn its favor by
write that in the belief. That way I can say you did it or not.
meaning by stealing. I'm just gonna say by stealing.
Yeah, stealing, obtain. That way you leave your options open as to how you get it.
Stealing books on the magic of the wise women of the north, this strange feline power, and bringing them on our trip to the north. Period. Second one. My freedom from the harem of Raja Jadugar was hard fought. I will be a slave to no man. This thief, Anjay, has something against me. I will gather information on this fool and caution my companions to strike when ready.
Perfect.
So basically, I just don't picture, last time we said, oh, we will talk to him and tell him to back off. My paranoia is like, no fucking way he's gonna let us just like walk away. He wants us dead. And this one, the last one is, these are good women, one blazing like a fire, the other nothing but a shadow. Nico seeks to open his senses to the spirit realm. I will aid him.
I think that more specific on I will aid him. What are you specifically going to do to aid him in the now?
I will aid him, train his perception. Yeah, I will aid him. I will aid her, sorry, by like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I will aid her by
you are going to have a sea voyage, so you will have time to do some training.
Okay.
I'm not sure the training rules, but you could try to train. You have, what's your gift? It's called sight.
Yeah.
So you could try to train her in sight on the voyage.
There's no actual, like, there's aura reading, but she has no ability to use it. So it's more I think that's the struggle. Like I'll try and use the ways of the harem, the my trainer to help him, and then we'll see what comes of that, I will aid her by teaching her the ways of Madam, I gotta give her a name, Kushbila on our sea voyage. I don't have any way of really training you on anything because I don't have the instruction skill, but doesn't matter.
I think it's more about the story, like the belief and the
yeah.
Well, you guys have.
Oh, sorry.
Or you found out in the last game, Sanj, that your character's resolution is in the place you fear most, Warmal.
Yeah.
The answers to you getting the ability to use magic are in Quarmal. So what if you have a belief, and I know this is not like a today belief, but you could have a belief where you will take Nico to Quarmal so that you both can get the ability to use magic.
Yeah, I kind of thought of that, and that's gonna happen, but I'm focused right now on that, on my first belief for the immediate, you know. And there was something I wanted to mention about the wanting to have be magic. I am totally fine with going for it, and learning that it's just not possible. And and then like you can't if you're gifted, you're gifted. You can't just become gifted. And then learning I can't, and then getting upset, and then turning towards corruption, like turning towards summoning, or turning towards like I like cheating my way, taking a warlock pact, as they say in 5e. But like it's just this desire to think that I'm like special, and then if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I kind of want to play out the struggle of going for something like
Oh,
that,
for sure. I didn't say it was gonna be easy.
Yeah.
But I
No,
think it
no.
is possible. I think it is
Cool.
possible. I think if
Cool.
you
Cool.
work hard at it enough, and maybe you accomplish some deeds along the way, you'll get it.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too, is working towards the deeds. We'll figure that out later. We don't have to deal with that now, but at some point we'll have to deal with that.
And quickly, just instincts make a noticeable tick when dealing with slave owners or pimps. Kind of hoping that Anjay is one. So I can act on that. Always be drawn to the arcane. Always coat my knife in Blackadder venom. My traits are brown skin, sinuous, green-eyed, drop-dead gorgeous, off-kilter, paranoid, numb, and second sight. There we go. That's it.
Great.
Awesome.
Let's see the rest.
I changed my background in the hopes that we get on a boat today.
Oh, nice.
So, Sanjay and I were talking about, will we be on a boat or will we not quite make it to the boat? So if you look closely, it's also possible for this to be a background while you're on the docks, hoping to get on a boat, but haven't found one yet, because this is literally an image of the outside of the boat.
Cool.
All right. Do you want to go, Eric, or should I go?
I'll go.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I did some little revisions here. I knew the world contains all manner of mysteries, powers, and terrors, but I have found myself in the center of them, unwittingly swimming like a rat in the belly of a sinking ship. I will get Venus' guidance in expanding my senses, so I am blind. So I'm no longer blind. Oh no, I'm sorry. So I'm blind to these traps no longer. Okay, that's
nice.
That's how I wrote it. And also, similar to what Sandra was saying, like, I think I'm totally okay if no mechanical thing happens from this. Like, no, I'm not like gunning for the actual ability. I just, it just seems to me that like Nico's a searcher, and so I think she's really just kind of trying to get her head around it. If it happens, cool. But right now there's just this sort of obsession to beat it. It's like a beating of it sort of thing. Okay, number 2. Contracts always have loopholes, and I've learned to slip through many of them, but I no longer want to worry about my quarry and my employer. Our new patron has the money, but I will see if she has the grit and desire to become a boss. And then let me know if that's if that
It's a little vague. I need how or what exactly are you gonna do to see if she has the grit and desire to become a boss?
I think I'm like thinking about like pushing her, like trying to get her to grow.
So when you two questions, when you say boss, do you mean boss in that sort of slangy way, like she's boss, or do you mean like girl boss, or do you mean actually do you want her to as your sort of employer slash the person you're working for?
Yeah, kind of, yeah, and even if not for me, like just like in general,
So what you're gonna do, you're actually gonna push back and question her authority, so that she either knuckles under or actually starts commanding you as a boss.
Yeah, and actually, I just realized this. This is kind of cool. one of my life paths is the gauntlet. So I went through this like intense
Ah,
hazing process of, getting, you know, most likely beat up. I'm not going to do that
yeah.
here, but like, you know, roughed up, challenged, insulted, just to see if I can emerge, strong enough to be able to, hit that, the kidnapper, and the other things in that tier were like kind of hardcore things. So I think I'm gonna maybe turn that on this person.
I like
How
that a
about
lot.
how about if you can get her to do X, you know she's a boss? Because I can't mechanically
Yeah.
act on that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, so and yeah, if you were to say to find out if she has the grit and desire to become a boss, I will put her through the gauntlet, figuratively, if not literally.
Yeah, but then I would still need to know what the gauntlet
What
is.
it counts
At the end
as,
of the
yeah.
day, you're gonna ask me, I tried this goal, did I complete it?
Right.
You know,
I get
and
you.
too
Right.
vague.
I'm
Right.
thinking
I
like
agree.
I'm thinking like something like I'm going to um you know get her to make a dire decision, like, I'm not really sure how I do that, but I want
How
to.
about this? You get her to take a command role if you have a dangerous encounter. If she takes a command role and you have a dangerous encounter, you will have accomplished that belief, and you're going to keep pushing her to do that. And so, if she does it, I can grant you a
That's
persona
great.
for that belief.
Right.
That's
Right.
great. I like that a lot. I like how
Um,
it's a supportive one and not a you're going to challenge her authority in order to take over, but rather
right.
you're going to try to challenge her to become a better leader. It's just, you have a good heart. That's not what Fredo would be doing. Fredo would be like trying to take control.
And the test would be for this, you might use some skill, and I don't know what skill that is yet, to
Right.
talk to her, and
Right.
your intent is to get her to become a leader.
Yeah.
It could be
Cool.
persuasion, it could be command, it could be falsehood,
Right.
but it's some thing that you're
Choosing
going to do
platitudes.
on her. And if you're successful, I know that you've accomplished that goal,
Okay.
that belief.
All right. Cool. So I will challenge her to take command in a dire situation.
Brutal, you could give her a command to take command.
Right.
Yep. Okay, and then your last one?
Command in a stressful situation, dire situation, in a bad situation. I'll work with the wording there. I will challenge her to take. Wait, what the hell happened? Sorry. Challenge her to take command in a dire situation. Okay. Number 3, Cat's greatest weakness is his belief in his strength. I wait patiently, studying, watching for the thread I can pull to unravel this hubris to make him fall and make it and look like a fool. I will stalk the stalker. This is still left over from that, like, from me wanting to figure out who that, the triple cat,
Mm.
So this
No,
has
Mm.
this is a great one. This is,
Yeah.
what we're aiming for at the end of this adventure. So that
Right.
it probably won't happen today, but it may happen next week, or whenever we do it. I think we're close to completion of
Yeah.
an adventure.
Yeah, and
Great.
and it definitely still, that's still there. It's not the active thing, but it's that's definitely still there.
Can you repeat that one?
Whole thing.
No, just the last belief. Just the last.
I will. Oh, okay. Yeah. A cat's greatest weakness is his belief in his strength. I wait patiently, studying, watching for the thread I can pull to unravel this hubris to make him fall to look like a fool. I will stalk this stalker.
Yeah. Okay.
And cat was man, but now it's cat because the cat,
Yeah.
was messing with me. And
I'm gonna translate that, if this is fair, into your any action that you do, and you can let me know if this is acceptable. any action that you do to take down the cat would be progress in that belief.
Okay, yeah.
And
So
and
disrupt or
and so I think successfully tracking it might also count as stalking the stalker. That if that's okay, that if he can get some, or she can get some kind of lead on where it is right now.
Yep.
I'm not sure she's gonna work on this time, but if she were able to get a lead on where the cat is right now, that would count as stalking the stalker, would it? Is that fair?
yeah,
Gathering
the
info.
goal for me or for you guys, right, is to solve this
Right.
deal with the prince, right?
Right.
And I would say that if you solve that, you all should have a belief in that because that's coming up.
We should. You're right. I can't believe the only person who has a belief related to the actual adventure is Eric. Good job, Eric.
Well, I think the one about
Ego is involved, that's why.
I think the one about gaining knowledge from the libraries is
It is
related to that.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I am the one who is least connected to it. All right, well, go ahead and finish out your its. You've done your B's.
Yep, my its. I tinkered with my instincts just a little bit. So I never get stuck in a corner. I always watch my back. The only tail I should have is my own. I don't know if those still are too similar, but then my third one, I changed it from I always help a rat in trouble. I always stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
I love that.
And that's it's a little bit in that thing of like, jumping in to help somebody, like, stick my nose where it doesn't belong, whether it's something like I went into Ningobble's cave, stick my nose where it doesn't belong, getting in between two people that are fighting because I think one is getting taken advantage of or something. So
Sure.
yeah, in my nose, I'm always sniffing around. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, I always watch my back, how that's going to get me in trouble. And it makes me think of traits in Torchbearer where you use them against yourself. I'm just wondering, like, how this could, either backfire or, maybe make me too paranoid, or.
Well, you do have 3 traits to instincts to play with, and if you have some that keep you out of trouble and some that get you in trouble, that's a nice balance.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
The
yeah. This
ideal
is
one
like
is,
this is the fail-safe, like that. If we get ambushed, you can roll assess, like a perception test, and
not be
like
cornered.
in the background, like, oh, I got this trait, and then roll the perception test, and if you succeed, Peter can say, oh, you find a little back alley door right behind you, a little trap
Right.
door, and we make up stuff, Cool.
Okay, yeah. So my traits are still the same. Acer's likeness, callous, skulking, tail, clawed, communal, cowardly, tunnel vision, enlarged incisors, large ears, quick-blooded, coat of fur.
And here's just another clue, and I always forget this, and I always have trouble acting on it. When you're about to do a task, try and state what trait is causing you to do this task. And that way, if it gets you into trouble, it's obvious that you're going to get a fate because you said, my tail, because of my tail, I'm going to not go through that slamming door because I'm going to catch my tail on it. So I'm going to climb in the window. But because you climbed into the window, everybody says, oh my God, why did this guy climb into the window? Whatever, or gal, climb into the window.
Okay, cool. So traits are similar in that with instincts is that you get fate points for if they make things complicated and interesting.
Yeah, if they complicate. There's also another rule, not only in trouble, but if your trait takes the game in an interesting way, right? Isn't that one of them? If the trait takes the game in an
well, that's what it is. Like off kilter, for example, would be like being like, let's say we're at a fancy dinner and there is a known pimp or a sex slave, like a slave owner, and he's showing off his treating his people, and I'm just like hi, and I'm acting really inappropriately off kilter, that's gonna, let's say, screw up an important negotiation or whatever, but I'm role playing my character. That's fate worthy for sure.
Perfect. All right, guys, I think we're ready to go then. So who wants to go first?
Oh no,
Okay,
quickly,
actually,
Freda,
I
yeah,
need
let's
to,
do.
yeah, I need to read my beliefs real quick, but I'll be quick
Oh,
about it.
sorry, go ahead.
No, no, not a problem.
Yeah.
Here we go. So I am the match of any man, and I'll make the Lankhmar goon squad regret their bigotry. I figure we're going to see those guys one more time before we leave town, and I want to leave a mark on them.
I love it.
I carry the blood of Stormer Wolfkin in my veins. I'll make the scapegrace Alcara Salopithus treat me with due respect. And I need to work on pronouncing her name correctly. And finally, though I'm far from the prettiest woman in the group, I will turn the head of the princeling when we rescue him. My instincts are never trust a friendly man. I've changed that from grinning because grinning feels already like they shouldn't be trusted, but a friendly man. Draw my sword at the first sign of danger. That's an old one. And my new instinct, which is maybe too close to the second, windstorms gather, dive in. This is an instinct that it has to do with enjoying and reveling in danger
No,
and
that's great.
violence.
Which is which is the opposite of me,
Yes,
Cool.
yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Traits
you
are
got
boasting.
Pinky sisters over here, and then big
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah, exactly. Boasting, redhead of the cold waste, laughs at bad fortune, iron stomach, mark of privilege, affinity for rope, and cold-blooded. And I may actually get to use my affinity for rope while we're out on the water. We'll see. All right.
Cool.
So
All
you
right.
know what might be funny? What if Chuck's inability to say that name right? What if that's how Frida says it?
Yeah, I think that's probably
It's like because she's from the north.
Lady
It's like
Celop.
Lopeticus, it is very good to meet you. I am a much admirer from the north. We admire the fine ways of the south. Yeah, well, I'm going to still work on my accent, Jeff.
you're like really, really trying, but it just you could never just seem to get it right.
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, guys, session 5, right?
Yes, session 5.
Increasing our burning wheel wise.
I love it.
North to Clegnar is what the title I've hopefully given it.
I've got one of those too. I got one of
Nice.
those. Luke gave it to me for running Burning Wheel games at Gen Con.
Oh, that's so nice.
What did you get? Let me see.
A burning wheel pin.
Oh, cool.
You show him yours, Eric.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd gotten one in I think it's 2017, and I had hence lost it. So I was able to get a new one at Burning Con.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
All right, who wants to go first?
Okay.
Where are we? What was the last thing?
Well, I can briefly, don't want to read the whole thing, but the last thing we did was that we had a duel of wits with Althea or Alcara Salopticus. Wasn't one of your old customers from House Salopticus? Alcara, right? And it's her sister Dania who's due to marry the princeling. Alcara likes to buy moon shadow, and there's a footnote about what that is on nights like this one. It turns out that the younger daughter had been abused as a child and now is an addict, and hence she's connected to Nico as well as Savina. Failed circles, so enmity. In a park off the Street of the Gods, where nobles do moon shadow on full moon nights, we engage in a duel of wits. Alcara is backed by some other noble youth, all of them scornful of our ragtag group. She rolls body of argument 6, Vina rolls body of argument 8, and we had a little duel of wits, and the end result was we got funding. But as a compromise, Alcara is going to come along and we'll have full management of the purse. And then the last note was a while later, Nico is walking about the city, peering through the glass orb, the marble of seeing. It's very small, from Ningobble's cave. She decides to bring Vina in to make sense of the thing, and Vina is excited to have such a magical object to play with. She sits Nico down and instructs her in guided meditation. And that's where we left off.
So I think for the shopping trip, we can
Shopping
Yeah, there's a lot we can do there where Nico can work on his
Sure.
his relationship, his belief with Alcarina. I can role play my paranoia and caution, and being very vigilant, like about disguise and not being seen, and being totally nervous about going to the market. And Freda can use her her adventurer knowledge on how to equip a voyage like this, right? Because I'm sure Alcarina has no idea, right? So that could be a good first scene if you want. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. Do we have a ship yet to get there? We
No.
haven't figured that out yet, right?
No.
No.
Nico has, I don't have ties on paper, but like I've got the sort of, the background ties, with the people, with ship stuff, like, when the children were coming from Ilthmar, that I was helping shepherd to their new homes. So maybe I can, somehow help with procuring a ship to get us, where we're going.
We definitely need a ship. And I actually have some knowledge of ships, although I don't have a wise about it. I did serve on ships. I have sailor experience. So I probably should be involved in the ship finding experience. I have the sense that although I'm not sure Vina has told me this, Vina is going to go steal a book, and might want your help stealing a book. And if you want my help dealing with the consequences, you can bring me along. But I don't know if I have the right. Let me check and see what my skills are for that. I don't have I have intimidation. I don't have conspicuous, which would be helpful in running a scam where one person's conspicuous and another's inconspicuous. So I don't actually. I could roll beginner's luck conspicuous in order to try to offset things. But otherwise, you guys can just do this on your own, and I can work on the ship.
Yeah.
That works.
So, Peter, what's involved in their knowing about a bookstore that has some arcane text, not like the most rare of arcane texts? What's involved in having a book's access to
a library?
It would be
library
a wise,
bookstore?
it would be a wise, like Lankhmar wise.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay.
That sounds like a good one to open.
I'm going to open Lankhmar wise.
All right. I think we'd all like to help you in that.
Yeah, everybody wants that one.
Well, it's also a chance for us to, get and what's the difficulty of this particular test? Or actually, well, yeah, what's the ob for this?
Oh man, this would not be difficult. I would say it would be like ob 2.
Okay. Well,
maybe even ob 1. This is Lankhmar.
Well, but on the other hand, we don't.
It's ob 1. It's going to be super easy.
Well, I mean, we are looking for. We're not just looking for a random bookstore, but a bookstore that might have, some, somewhat obscure text. So it's probably a little bit tougher, but I don't know.
Magic stuff. Yeah. Okay. Maybe ob 2. It's not going to be harder than ob 2. This is Lankhmar, the city of mystery.
It is the city of mysteries
here. It's not going to be hard.
Great,
Yeah,
great.
Everything seems to be pretty, on the sleeve.
All right, so I'm going to give you my bit of information, my perception. Take a die from me, and
remember, I'm actually going to lower it to ob 1. I'm going to lower it to ob 1 because this is Lankhmar, and it doesn't mean you actually get into the bookstore.
No,
it just means that you know of it, and I
you
don't
know of a good bookstore. Okay, sounds lovely. All right, well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and mark a test for aptitude because I'm assuming we're going to with it being ob 1, this is routine.
Okay, so
well,
I got help
from
I got help from Freda. So hey guys.
What do you want to help, Eric?
What skill are you using to help?
I'm training in Lankhmar wise also. I think we're all just training in
I
Lankhmar
don't think
wise.
you can help with the skill you don't have.
You
Yeah.
can when you're. I thought that you could pool resources. I think you can. Let me look at this. When you're learning skills, I thought you could help with a skill. If neither
No.
of you has the skill, you can both help with it. But maybe I'm mixed up
Let's read
about
that.
this.
It sounds to
I thought it was you can't help with a skill you have when someone's learning it, I thought, but let me just look at this real quick.
help.
Because I'm helping with the raw perception just as he's doing the perception, but maybe I can't get a test for Lankhmar wise. I mean, I'll look that up. You go ahead and you
Okay.
I guess we need to know this question. Hang on.
Learning new skills.
Where's the
Okay,
learning
every skill
skills
has a
question?
stat or a combination of stats on which it is based. This is called its root. Skills are listed with the roots in the character burner. Beginner's luck. As mentioned in the testing your ability section, when a character doesn't have an appropriate skill, he may test against his beginner's luck at a double obstacle penalty.
40.
Beginner's luck dice are equal to the root stat of the
Learning
skill.
new skills, beginner's luck.
Aptitude is easy. Help. Let's see. Opening. Help. Test. New. Opening the skill. Okay,
So
that's
the
just
question is, can you do help with beginner's luck? I'm just going to look it up on the web here. Help, burning wheel, help, beginner's luck. Okay, so skills can help skills or stats. Stats can only help stats. Skills being opened by beginner's luck are stat tests until the last routine test is earned. So there's no exception between stats and skills when taking beginner's luck into play. So
what is that? I can't understand what that means.
So the beginner's luck test is a stat, and I think I'm simply helping with my stat. I'm not going to get a test toward learning Lankhmar wise, but I am going to help with my perception. There we go.
Cool.
Does that seem right to you guys?
I think so.
I've never
Seen
that before, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I think you're muted, Peter.
No, I got Peter.
I got Peter. I can hear him.
Oh, yeah, maybe
Chuck
Maybe
is
everybody.
No, Chuck looked frozen. Okay.
I was muted. I'm sorry. What were you guys saying? I missed what everybody said.
Okay. Nothing. We're just gonna go ahead and accept the helping dice and kind of like roll with that. I think.
I guess I'll
Sounds good.
throw you one too.
Right.
we'll ask on the forums. Let's put it to something that we ask on the forums later.
Yeah, can do.
Consensus on, because I don't think you can, but why not? Let's do it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'll give you one.
All right. So guys,
your successes are
I don't I'm gonna try. Guys, I don't think it makes any sense for us to head up all the way up north looking for the answer to this magic box in the riddle here without some knowledge. This is a vast city with libraries stacked from stories high, just like in Qualma with knowledge. And I believe that knowledge is the key to power. I am going into the city and I'm going to find us some information on this feline power, magic of any sort, or whatnot. You with me? What do you guys think? That's the little bit of role playing.
I think I saw a store full of books down on the avenue. It's next to the Avenue of the Gods parallel. And she does her best to describe the thing she vaguely remembers.
Cool. Okay, I am going to spend a fate point. I'm going to spend a persona point.
Nice. Aren't you with your obstacle right now is 2, right?
Base up, yeah, it's 2 because
it got
Peter, is
doubled.
it 2 or 1 base off?
He said 1. He said 1, but it's doubled because it's beginner's luck, so it's 2.
But I
effectively.
think I'm clicking the beginner's luck.
Oh, you are? Okay,
Oh.
so it does that for you. Okay. I just was thinking about, do you really need to spend a persona point? But
Yeah,
you
it'll
play.
automatically double the the
Oh,
software.
you know
Okay.
what? I'm not. Actually, I gotta start all over because I hit the wrong button.
It'll double the up for you. That's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta go into skills being learned. Lankhmar
Yes.
was 2D help. Sorry. 2D help. Submit. Base ob 1. No, I'm gonna spend persona 1. I think it's cool.
Okay.
Base ob 1, and it's going to double it for base ob 1, and then I'll double it for me in the roll.
Yeah.
Boom. Additional ob. Nope. Submit. Boom.
Yeah, a lot of
Wow.
successes. Wow. Okay, nice job.
Nice.
And you got sixes. That's amazing.
Where?
Okay, you definitely passed. You know of a bookstore. I don't know where it is. We can worry about that later, but you definitely find a bookstore with magic books.
Like
Just
books on the subject of magic.
yeah. Not magical
Bookstore
books, but
Yeah,
books
that's
on
on
the
what I
subject of magic. Yeah.
meant.
Street of the Gods.
Can
And
we just I love the idea that it's just off of the Street of the Gods, there's a really small parallel street just south of the Street of the Gods on the map that we're looking at.
yeah,
And then it's got this weird little circle that goes into a dead alley. Maybe it's down in there. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Right here?
Yeah.
yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
perfect. I love it.
Cool.
Okay,
Cool.
great.
Um
And
so
I
what the
did manage to pick an inconvenient spot for stealing since they're at the end of a long alley. So good luck, guys.
all right. So should we just do it like just kind of quickly bang 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 and see if
Yeah.
we steal it? Right?
Yeah.
So
Maybe yeah.
so I kind of watched the joint for a day or whatever.
Yeah,
And
I'll help out. I actually have observation, although I don't know if that's the right skill for this. If you're casing a joint, is that just a simple perception test or is it observation? Observation is only for when you're trying to find someone who's hidden, so that's probably not the right skill. It
Well,
might
should
just
I
be
go in and
perception.
sniff around?
Peter,
That's
I have a
literally what Nico
question.
says.
Peter, I have a question. Since we are kind of wanted,
True.
I'm wondering if we should have like a let it ride, inconspicuous or disguise or inconspicuous
Oh,
but disguise forked in, to cover us for the day. And you don't have to tell us well, you do have to tell us the op. If we fail, something's gonna it's a complication that we have to deal with. But I think that's realistic
Yeah.
because
That's definitely gonna be the way it is, you know.
so I think let's we, but we can't just run out there on our own. I mean, my likeness is plastered all over the
that's true.
coin district. I
That's right.
can't risk that. So I start like going through my pack and I pulling out a red wig, some coal, and I start doing makeup and I'm starting to push you guys to come with me and I'll dress you guys up.
Well,
Great.
I
I
mean,
love it.
I take my little sort of cloak, little cape jacket thing, and I just turn it inside out, and it has a different pattern on it, and I just put my hood up, and I'm like,
Yeah,
And we'll do it this
I'm
way.
good.
We'll do it.
let's do this.
If you fail a roll, one of the consequences of failure could be that you're spotted, and at that point, you'll make the disguise roll to see if you get out of it.
Love it. Love it. That's perfect. That
That
seems
way,
right because
it's not something you have to ever test on until it's important.
until it matters. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so
Great.
Yeah, and
so should we?
I think Nico, I mean, I noticed Vina, uh, her caginess about going out into public, and for some reason, Nico, I'm very I'm trying to do things more in the first person instead of third person. I'm not as worried. I'm not as scared about that. I'm so used to walking around in public, like hiding in plain sight, that like I'm not that worried. So I think I'm probably like I see Vina being very nervous, and I'm just kind of like, okay, let's go. You know, let's go. It's gonna be fine. Let's go. I'm trying to reassure Vina of that we're gonna be all right, even though we've got Frida, who's her likeness is very well documented on that poster. Um, I'm just
No,
like,
it's not Frida. It's me. That it's my image all over the place. What
That's
do you
right.
think? The Thieves Guild doesn't have eyes everywhere? Every street is controlled.
wait, look. I think we're sort of like near a busy sort of street. I'm gonna say, look at her, and look at her, and look at her. They look like you. They look like me. There are many women that look just like us. Just put your hood up, and we'll be okay. We
Frida
watch your
looks
back.
around and says, uh, if you grew up among Rodin, perhaps they look like you, but to my eyes, they look pretty distinct. I think Vina is right. Let us go in disguised.
Turn my
So
shaving
yeah,
head on, put my head up.
we do the thing. But I like the idea that Vina has disguised us. She's going to get a role when it happens.
Okay. So does that mean I missed that little mechanical bit, Peter? So we'll roll. Do we roll inconspicuous right now, and then if we fail, then I no. What I missed the mechanics.
The mechanic is simply when we do something else. So he wants to hold in his back pocket. One of the
Oh,
consequences of failure for us at all
failure.
times is
Nice.
going to be that bad guys show up. When that
Sexy
happens,
DMing, Peter. I like that.
we'll be able to pull out the disguise and an inconspicuous or whatever it is in order to avoid the danger.
Yeah, it's
That
almost like
is
a almost like a
perfect.
it's like a almost like a Blades in the Dark way of doing it, kind of.
Yeah.
We confront the problem when it happens instead of before.
Yeah,
Cool.
agreed.
I love that. Okay.
So I think we wanted to case the joint. Peter, is it fair to say that casing the joint is a matter of perception?
Yeah, do you always have to use a skill though? You don't just throw in a stat, right? You would have to use
We can use
Well,
a
so
stat.
I'm happy to use observation, but the rule so this is this rule about observation. It says sometimes you're supposed to be using perception and sometimes observation. I'll read the
Oh, okay.
so I'm going to read the observation rule. It says observation is the skill used to spot the hidden, characters, traps, and ghosts, and things like that. Test the skill versus tests against inconspicuous, stealthy, sleight of hand, or trapper. Note, do not use observation for standard perception tests to spot a weakness in armor, or to notice details of a flag, or to look for an escape tunnel. So I think it requires a ruling on your part if there's effectively a trap that they've set for burglars, which is to say, if they've got hidden people or cameras or whatever the arcane version of all that stuff is, then we're going to need to test observation against that skill they've used to hide stuff from us. On the other hand, if we're just if all there is for us to do is to just sort of notice what are the escape routes, what's the way in, what's the way out, then I think we're just using perception.
Okay. I will say observation then.
Okay, great.
The magic
Great.
shop in Lankhmar, there's no way it'd be unprotected.
I agree with you. I totally agree. That's fine. Perfect. Does anybody else have observation, or is it just is it me doing this?
It's so much cheaty, man. Second sight. I just roll perception as observation.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's so powerful.
That is really powerful.
Because I got
So
5 dice,
This
man.
is the perfect, I would say this is the perfect time to use that
Yeah.
because we're talking magic and this is definitely going to be a magic thing. And it's
Great.
going to be hard, man. It's going to be ob 6.
Can I
Wow.
suggest something real quick? Can
Yeah.
we? I mean, like, I mean, what about describe to live? Like, we kind of like roll up to the place? You know, like what does it look like? You know, like what's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
would say that it's probably got magic on it to make it not stand out. So I would say that the building looks kind of drab, but it's got like an ornate door on it, and it's got the mark of the Magician's Guild on it.
Oh, okay. That was
And does it look like it's a place that can be that's open to the public that we can that someone can just walk in like it's a bookshop?
Hmm.
Because the
I
way
think
I
it's
process,
tucked away enough in a corner that there aren't like bodyguards or whatever there. I don't know. I don't think you could tell either way.
okay. Yeah, because I like the way I process things is like a job or whatever. It's like, what's the easiest, most obvious thing? You know, like what, you know, like can we just walk in? That kind of thing. If that's why I'm asking those questions.
I would say then this, that most shops have their doors open unless the weather's bad, right? And this one has its door closed, but there are people inside. You can see that there's business going on there.
Okay.
People browsing bookshelves, there's people in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I might say that under my breath to these two, you know? Like the door's closed. That means it might not be open to the public. But look, there's people inside.
hmm.
So there's windows we can see into?
Is there what?
There's windows that we can see into?
Yes.
Okay, that's how we see the people.
Right. I'm gonna see if there's any I'm gonna use my second sight, perception, and aura reading. So two different tests: aura reading to see if I can see any magical traps or locks on the door. That's an ob one. To see ob one, reading a school of magic, or ob two would be deciphering a facet of a spell or an enchantment. So if the door or the lock or something is enchanted before, like outside to prevent ingress, I would be able to see some like aura emanating off of it.
Go ahead
Um,
and
okay, cool. And I kind of want to well, aura reading. What else do I have to fork? Nothing. All right. No, nothing there. Submit.
I should
Iphone.
say that the consequence of failure. This is a good one. I don't know. Here's where I'll bring it in. The consequence of failure will be that you guys sitting out there on the
Yeah.
street looking into the
Pacing
window,
the joint.
the Thieves Guild are gonna run by and
Yeah.
notice you.
Yeah, they're going to know that we're doing this, and maybe the shop is under their protection, right? I mean, that's how they operate. They offer protection as well as thieving. So
Fuck.
it could be. We'll find out. Very exciting.
Yeah, I'm spending another persona point.
Oh, you're just spending it all. I thought we
I
decided
don't
the
think
ob was
this will be
two.
hard either. I think
Hans,
this
the
is
ob is two.
like
Don't throw your persona
ob two.
away.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, cool. But I only have a skill of 2, by the way.
No, I thought you were rolling your second sight, which is your
Oh, aura
oh.
reading to
is the
yeah.
skill.
Yeah, and then
I see.
for observation and stealthing people, that's
I
another.
understand. I misunderstood. If you've got a skill of 2 and you're rolling against an ob of 2, please spend your perception. I'm sorry. Please spend your persona. I think you're making the right choice here. I didn't understand.
Oh man. And those sixes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The Thieves Guild, there's a couple of guys, two guys, and you could tell they're thieves just the way they're casing people. You think they're looking to pickpocket people, and you are concerned that they might spot you. So, what do you do to avoid that?
Let's stealthy and run away. No. Okay,
Can
Eric, you? Yeah.
Can my instinct always watch my back? Can that help?
I think this is my moment for rescuing you guys. I think this is my
That'll
moment for
definitely
rescuing you.
give you an advantage. I'm going to give you an advantage dice for that.
Oh, nice. So these guys haven't caught on to us, but they're in the street and we're worried about them. Is that right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
So
they haven't caught on to us.
they haven't caught on
No,
to
they
us.
haven't caught on to you. This is your time to test and avoid it.
Okay.
So I could roll with falsehood and accuse one of them of stealing from me and cause a ruckus in the street.
Or I could notice them before they notice us and be like, okay, let's change. Let's not just stand here like three fucking morons in front of this thing, you know?
Great.
Yeah.
What do
And
you-
by
so
the
what-
way, when you look at the door, you do see something. So even though you failed, you
Right.
see blinding aura. There is magic everywhere coming from this shop. The windows, the door, the walls inside the shop, it's blinding.
I have a cool name for the shop. Dvalin's Dwomers.
Nice.
Type that in the
VA
chat so we can remember.
Valen's Dwarmers.
Hey, does anyone know how to actually pronounce that word?
Dwarmer? I don't know. No.
I don't know.
But Sand, write that into the chat so we can so it's easy for Chuck to record it.
So Eric, I like your idea. What's the skill that you're going to test?
Inconspicuous?
Perfect.
Okay. Great.
That's exactly
I
it.
can kind of just,
Yeah.
I can just sort of like guide you guys, into a more blendy any kind of place.
I can help you. I can help you.
Alright,
So
You guys
you're going to
both
get
have
an
these.
advantage dice from me for your instinct.
Nice.
And then how are you guys helping?
I can help with just with incon, like I kind of play into the character that you pretend to be, while instead of being sneaky thieves casing a joint, we're two innocent gals, chatting it up, or walking down the street, or going to the market, or about to go for prayer, or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. And then can Frida help?
Yes, she can do whatever you ask her to do. Keep her head down. She doesn't have the skill inconspicuous. She's
But what
got.
skill do you wanna
She does
use
have
that?
stealthy actually. So maybe she goes
Oh, cool.
into stealthy mode, and it's not the right skill. But at least I can see how it might be relevant for helping.
Totally.
No, it's totally relevant for helping.
Okay.
Totally
It
All
doesn't
right.
have to be the exact skill. You're
Right.
forcing in to help. Maybe you're the most obvious, being this tall redhead, and you're gonna like stealth out of there to make sure they don't
Yeah.
see
Sounds
you.
good.
Wrap
Sounds
your
good.
cloak around you,
Maybe you're
whatever.
sort of like getting a little distance from us, like me and Vina are kind of like, we're trying to look normal. We're trying to look, and then you're sort of away from us to sort of break up the group.
Right.
And
okay,
how
so
are you helping? How is Vina helping?
Like I said, I'm pretending I'm going along with the ruse and using inconspicuous to.
Oh, you have inconspicuous as well.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get 1 advantage dice, 2 helping dice. Are you forking anything in?
Oh, that's right. I can fork things in. I've got stealthy, but I think
Yeah.
Vina was right in that, like, we're not trying to hide. We're just trying to just look normal. But I don't know. I mean, would
But-
stealthy work?
Stealthy
Yeah.
kind of works because you kind of like move into the shadows to kind of.
Yeah, stealthy works for me. This is, by the way, going to be an ob 3 because these are
Okay.
low-level thieves. These are,
Alright.
you know, not the brightest, sharpest tools in the shed.
All right, we're gonna friggin' crush this. Okay, so that's 4 altogether. I don't think
Do
I
you
need
want to
to.
go for a walk later with
Artha.
Lisa?
Excellent question. I can't.
Yeah, I don't think you need
because
to add
the
Arthur,
Ian's
right?
decided
I
to
mean,
come
op
over for the game
3.
tonight.
I'm rolling 7
The snow's
dice.
going to happen tomorrow.
Okay, right. Nope, it's fine.
What does fate do for me again?
8 allows you to re-roll 6s,
Reroll 6.
or explode 6s.
And I can call that after the fact.
You can call
Yep.
that is when you do fate. Fate after the fact, persona before.
Right. Okay, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Oh.
Here I go.
Now, the consequences of failure are going to be that I don't think these guys are going to fight you, but I think what they're going to do is call for help from the Thieves Guild.
Sure.
Okay.
That-
Okay, base ob 3. Here we
Yeah. Nice. Killed it.
go. That's ridiculous.
I'm going to say, you know, you were so clever. Not only were you inconspicuous, you were smart about you actually when they kind of turned around and looked right at you. And then what you did is you pointed to a merchant's purse. They walked by, he had a big fat purse, and their attention just turned right to where you were pointing, and they ran after the merchant.
Nice.
Guys, four 6s in that roll, man.
Wow.
And that's a challenging. I have an inconspicuous of 2, so that's a challenging test for me. That's great.
Nice.
So-
Nice.
So, and this, I just have a question, rules wise. So I've got an inconspicuous of 4. The ob was 3. Now,
With all the dice that you roll,
Yeah, it
you
was
have 7
routine.
dice, so you're a
So-
routine test.
so the help dice adds to my dice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if I used Artha, that doesn't add to the dice.
does
No.
not.
Okay.
You get the bonus dice to roll, but it doesn't count against the strength of the test.
Okay.
I love
It
that.
doesn't lower. So anytime you get help, it lowers the difficulty of the test, except persona does not lower. It is not factored in for the difficulty of the test.
Right.
I think
okay.
that is so cool.
So
I love it.
the advantage and the 2 help counts as 3 extra, right? So I'm looking at 7 versus a 3.
Long
That's routine.
story short.
Yeah, it's definitely routine.
I mean, I need 4 routines, so that's fine. Cool. Okay, good. I just wanted to get my head around that.
All right, you guys feel like you can walk into the shop. You don't detect a trap on the door. Vina feels that she can just walk into the shop.
Really? Okay.
Vina, do you distrust that feeling?
It's a very interesting question because I literally can play my character and go on that paranoid instinct
'Cause you
and be like,
failed the roll. It saw its magic,
yeah,
but doesn't seem like there's a trap.
hmm.
I know.
No, I saw the magic. I saw the magic.
You tried it yesterday. It looked like it was in shock position.
One second.
Okay.
I saw the magic.
Car's not starting and wait to meet Tommy. Oh my gosh.
Question is like, do I play that trait right now when it's kind of like
You think that's what we need to do, Chuck?
hurtling? Let's just hold on. Let's wait for okay. So my belief. So there's too many people here. Too many people watching us. We gotta get in. All right. I walk into the door of Dwellin's Dwarmers. I open the door and go in.
All right, when you guys go in, there is a candlestick near the door, but it doesn't have a candle in it. It has an eyeball, and the eyeball turns and looks right at you.
And I kind of like inconspicuously kind of and forking and stealthy duck my head and just walk past like
Okay,
normal.
you won't need to test on this. You don't
No.
need.
No. And
There is a
what do I see? What do
proprietor.
I see? What does it look like?
It looks like a small New York City bookshop. Like it's got two, there's a desk over to the left, and then there is a hallway kind of lined with multiple bookshelves. So there's it's a wide hallway, and it's got two aisles of different bookshelves, and you almost have to turn sideways to
Mhm.
peruse the books. And there are two people, one is in the right and one is in the left, and then there's a proprietor at the desk.
Mhm.
And that the people in there, everybody in there is obviously well off. They're extremely well dressed.
Mm. Okay.
Oh, let me unmute you, Chuck.
Sorry, was there too much noise? I apologize.
No worries.
Oh yeah, okay, there you go. So two customers or
There are two customers and the proprietor.
got it, okay.
Okay. I start reading the spines of the books and looking for titles that would relate to my subject matter. Um, I don't have any skills. I have read, but I could do like I can open up research wise.
I think what's going to happen is when you go to walk into the hallway, the
Mhm.
proprietor is going to say, "Can I help you?"
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good evening, sir. Um, I am here on important business for a certain benefactor of mine. Um, I am here looking up titles that pertain to um, knowledge of the gods or outer planar powers related to felines and cats. Do you know what I speak of?
He says, "I have heard of feline magic, and there's a famous book written by Elka of Clelgnar, all about the power of the northern feline cat."
A snow leopard, I believe, or are we cool? Can you show me that title? I'm very interested.
I do not have a copy,
Oh,
but you could travel to the north and talk to Elka herself.
oh, very interesting. Elka.
And that's
Hmm.
ELKE.
ELKE. Elka. The Elka, and is there like a little epithet, like a little Elka the blah blah blah, or it's just Elka? What
Elka the sorceress.
the sorceress?
She's a witch of the north.
Cool. And what was the name of that book title? I'm sorry.
Shit, I forgot.
Um,
Feline, I think it was Feline Magic of the North.
felines.
Clearly terrible title. I think it should be called cat scratch fever, personally.
Or something like folio, feline.
Cat scratch dwomers. Cat scratch.
Cold
9
fur
lives.
claws.
What's
Cold
yeah,
furry
isn't there
claws.
a word for a spell that has an F at the beginning? Oh, well, who cares? Book by Elka Klonar, who's one of the witches of the north. I love it. She's almost certainly the person who's behind all this.
While Vina's writing this down, I took particular note of that eyeball on the candlestick. So I'm like, okay, because I've got that marble, that I'm probably clutching in my hand in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So my interest is kind of like peaked. I'm looking around, inconspicuously just at if there's any, I see the books and the bookshelves and stuff, but I'm looking for like other like objects that are around, if there are, little artifacts on display or, anything, anything like that's drawing my temptation.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. It has to come into a test amount. So
Right.
what is your task and intent?
Do you have a skill that's good for seeing things of value that might be
No.
worth stealing? You might.
I've got
Appraisal.
haggling, but that's
So
more
maybe you
tactical
should
thing.
start opening a skill in noticing stuff you might want to steal.
Like appraisal or something.
Yeah, or simply being learned. It could be something wise.
Loot
Like
wise. Loot wise.
I
Loot
actually
wise.
have loot wise, so happy to. That's more like when you're looting bodies on.
Burgle wise. Burgle wise.
Nice.
Or I don't know.
Wise.
Maybe not burgling. It's what is it? Shoplift wise.
Yeah, or second story man wise. I mean, it's that kind of 5-finger discount wise.
But I think for me though, it's more like the fancy things that could be magical, like
Right.
curiosity wise or something. But
Magical bauble wise.
it also has
Magic
yeah,
bauble.
yeah, it also has to do with stealing them too.
Yeah, I love that. Maybe just bauble wise. Bauble bauble, because that way it's things that are of value and beautiful and maybe magical.
Yeah, is that cool, Peter? Does that work?
Yeah, that works.
Because I want it to be specific enough, but I also want it to be a little bit general enough to,
No,
be
wises are great. I love it. And especially creative wises like this. Very cool.
All right, so
and that's
take it.
go off perception.
Yeah, it is totally.
Okay.
And what's the ob for bauble wise here? That he's learning.
Mhm.
Man,
And
I would
I got to tell you
say-
right now, I am not going to help you on this because this is your own weird thing, and you're not telling me about it.
I'm always going rogue with this bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
I think that stealing from this store is going to be insanely hard.
Well, I don't think he's looking for an
knowing
ob for
what's
stealing.
safe to
He's
steal, I know, but knowing what's safe to steal
oh,
be a difficult ob. I'm gonna say
I
it's
see.
like ob 6, but the what is it? Not roll forward is gonna be that you do find something, but if you fail, you're still gonna find something, but there's gonna be issues when you try.
Yeah, it's nice. I got it. So there's
Nice.
he's definitely going to find something worth stealing. The question is he going to find something
Absolutely.
that he's able to steal without getting in terrible trouble?
Right.
All right.
Cool.
Do it.
All right. So no help and advantages.
I'm gonna say if you succeed though, you find something that you can actually steal without consequence.
So just to note, he is training this, and you've made the ob 6. So the doubled ob is 12. There's no conceivable way that he's going to succeed at this. I'm
Right.
just
But it
taking
doesn't
note of
matter.
that.
Yeah, it doesn't
It's
matter.
fine. I mean, well, I think we
Yeah.
need to get ourselves ready.
And
to
you're not
run.
gonna have to steal it. You don't
Right.
have to steal it.
It's
Right.
just my curiosity right now. I'm like taking on some cat characteristics here. I think I'm gonna throw in a persona point. I know that I'm not gonna make it, but I want to do it.
I wouldn't throw in a persona then. You might need persona to stay alive, guys.
'Cause I've got Persona
Oh.
4. Yeah, I guess I was just trying to like put my soul into it.
I'm also gonna say I don't know.
Does he have any? Do you actually have any skills involved with actual stealing?
No.
Oh, okay, just curious. Good to know.
Oh, like sleight of hand or something.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
not a thief. I'm sneaky, but I'm not, specifically a thief.
So all you've got really going for you is the inconspicuous. Got it. And you're stealthy. You've got stealthy, I think, also, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's related. Stealthy is related.
Yeah, and
So
you know,
go
this
ahead,
goes into
let's
this
do
goes
the
into
wise.
belief and skulking. Yeah, I mean, I've got traits and beliefs that are feeding this, so I'm good. I'm good with that. So no.
Wait, you know what? This will also be a link test into stealing it. So if you do decide to steal it, then you'll probably be at one disadvantage because you failed.
It certainly will be.
Yeah.
All right. Fun.
And I'm going to assess if that's enough to stop me from trying. Okay, here we go. Submit, Arthur Dice, nothing. Base ob is 6, you said?
Yep. Now the good news about this is that you're actually going to get a test against your stat.
Only if he succeeds.
Oh, because it's perception based.
Right.
That's right. Oh well.
It's because they decided it was too easy for people to do this kind of BS in order to generate tests.
Right, yeah.
It's not something we're doing, but still, that was the rule they said.
All right, cool. So base ob 6, and then it's going to double it itself.
Yeah, it'll double.
Okay. Additional ob, nothing.
Well, that was exciting.
I got
And not
one.
even a 6 to reroll. There you are. It sucked.
So
All right.
I mean, I was
you
expecting that.
find this it's a tiny little statue, but it's made out of gold of a cat.
Hmm.
Oh shit. Yep.
It's really tiny too. It's only like, you could hold it in the palm of your hand.
Yeah. Yep. Keep talking. It's just feeding Nico's desire to grab this thing. Okay. All right. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna think about it for a minute. I'm gonna act like I'm still just browsing around the store. Yeah. I'm gonna think about it for a moment. If someone else wants to do something.
Yeah. While I'm talking to the book guy, maybe I'm distracting him. I'm going to ask about books on the magical nature of Quarmalians and their affinity towards Dwarmer. What is that from? What is that? Why do they have that? I'm curious to know. Or my
What skill
my
are
benefactors.
you helping with?
Pardon?
What skill are you helping Eric with?
Persuasion and seduction.
I'll buy that. I'll buy
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to get a helping dice there. You're going to get one disadvantage dice because you failed that other test. I'm going to let you use stealthy in this case, but at an extra dice disadvantage because it's not really, sleight of hand. But
Like
I
a
think
disadvantage is a disadvantage dice an increase on the obstacle or a minus on the dice dice
no,
that
it'll be an increase of the obstacle.
okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've got stealthy of 1. So
Now this guy, it's gonna be an ob 5 because this guy is you know, he's not just a normal schmobic, he's running a magic shop.
Yeah.
So he's gonna
Schmobic.
be somewhat perceptive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schmobic. I love that.
And
So it'll be hard. It'll be ob 7, but you can fork in as many skills as you can think of, and Sanj, you can help. Now you're not, Frida is not in the store, right?
I think Frida is in the store, but
Oh,
I don't
then
think
you
she's
wanna
cottoned
help.
on to what's going on. Um,
I mean, is this sort of like, I mean, because
yeah, I think Frida's actually out in the street, keeping an eye on the situation and making sure we don't get trapped in there. So I think Frida's outside.
Technically, Peter, maybe I think if we're doing stealthy, he should roll observation to catch a thief or thief wise or something, instead of
Yeah, let's
just
do that. Let's
instead
actually
of a
make this
flat
an
ob.
opposed skill.
'Cause he's-
Let's make it an opposed skill. Those 2 disadvantaged dice I'll give to this guy to roll. And
Yeah,
you
plus
roll your stealth and whatever you fork in, and Sandra's help.
all
right.
right, so stealthy. I mean, I got a stealthy 1, which is fucking terrible.
But you could do inconspicuous or stealthy. It doesn't matter. It's like
I would say you could do inconspicuous. I'll let you do that.
Okay.
that like that's what shoplifting is. Right?
Yeah, I'm here, but you don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, I still haven't decided whether I want to do it, but I think I gotta do it. It's a fucking cat. It's like right there. It's like, and I
The
think
consequences of failure obviously will be that you get caught.
Actually, I'm going to help with seduction.
No.
So I'm
That
going
works.
to be flirty and oh, you're so knowledgeable. I love it.
So before I roll, I want to find out exactly what you're forking in.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so inconspicuous. I am going to I think I can only really fork in stealthy. Nothing else really makes sense. I've got the
No, stealth makes sense. Let's see what else. Let me look at I'm just gonna look at your sheet. I know I hate this when it switches the page away. But
yeah, I've got some social things, but I'm definitely not socializing here. I'm letting Vina do that.
yeah, I think you're right. I only see you being able to fork in stealthy. You
Yeah.
might be able to use soothing platitudes if you get caught, but
Right. Yeah. I can't really do that now.
you
Okay, so I've got-
actually, let's see, you have inconspicuous to 4. That's not bad. And then you're getting stealthy and you're getting 1 help. So you're 4, 5, 6 dice. That's not bad.
yeah. it's
And
not too
what's the bad guy? I mean, sorry, the
He's
shopkeeper
gonna
rolling?
roll.
He's gonna roll. I'm gonna roll it out in the open. So here is gonna be the
And
ob.
Peter, since he's got I was gonna say pretty good. He's got 76. I would
6.
6.
6
Ob
ob.
6.
shit.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to use a persona point.
Yeah, seems like a good moment for it. Maybe 2. I don't want you to get caught.
You think 2? I had 4.
Yeah, you got 4.
Oh.
I mean, I think if you want this thing and
let's do it.
you don't want to get caught, I think
Do
so. How many dice will you have if you don't spend any persona? What do you have right now?
6.
6 on 6 is not great.
Yeah. So this will make it
8 on
Cat.
6 is better, and then you can always roll fate.
Yep. I've got more chance
Come
to
on.
get 6s here. All right.
Rat beat cat. Let's do it.
Let me just put my
Rat
persona-
beat cat. That's right. Rat beat cat.
Rats beating cats here. Okay. Base obstacle, and you said it's 6.
Yep.
Son of a gun. Oh, did I get any 6s?
You got 1 6.
I got a 6.
That's
You want to
Yeah.
spend a fade anyway. You know why? This is your bread and butter. Spend a fade.
Yeah. Spend the fate. You got a lot of
ton
fate.
too. So do I click the die?
Yeah, you click the die next to fate and follow the instructions.
Okay. And do I reduce the number manually?
Yeah, the remaining obstacle is 3.
Nobody mean like my total of points. Do I?
Yeah, you need to reduce the number of fate points here manually. Yes.
Okay, here we go.
And
You also
add
need-
it inconspicuous because you've spent it on inconspicuous.
Right.
You're going to want to make a note.
Eventually, we're going to sum all those up, and you'll be able to shade shift your skill.
Sweet.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So remaining obstacles 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Input value dice. It's just
6,
1. Right?
6, 6.
So dice, it's just the 1 because I got the 1 6.
That's right.
Well,
Was it a 6?
Quite close.
You got 1 6, and then when you re-rolled the 6, you got a 1. So
Oh,
you now have 4 successes. You were still too short. That is sucky. You have been spotted.
All right.
Sorry,
The
guys.
eyeball
I'm
makes
not
a
sorry.
squeaking noise, and it's jumping up and down the candlestick. And the merchant looks at you, and he holds out his hand. He says, "Give me both of the things that you have stolen."
Oh. Wow.
Ooh. Wow.
So he means also the thing you took for Ningobble.
Yep.
I love it. love it, I
that's
love it.
really cool, Peter.
Great consequence.
Okay, guys, we could make a deal.
A deal has been offered.
Yeah, but we can negotiate. I like, we can negotiate and say no. Look, this is tricky. Or we could try and run, but
I
know.
think
I'll
run
say-
or give them the thing, man.
All right. Well, he's talking right to me. So,
Yeah, I
I'm
like
gonna
that.
take my hands out of my pockets, not put them up, but just kind of like take them out. And I'm gonna say, one of these things is your business, the other is mine.
He says, "Give me both of the things you have stolen."
I've stolen one thing from you, and that's.
I think we can have a duel of wits.
Oh no. Okay.
I think we need to have a duel of wits here. And
Oh,
you know what, though? Let's put that on hold though, because we have a limited amount of time, and I want to make sure everybody tests. Can
Yeah,
we?
I didn't want to sidetrack the whole thing.
Well, we could just do a quick bloody versus on this thing.
Oh
Unless you
no,
think
I
it's,
want to do a duel
this is
of wits.
important. Okay, great.
I want to do a duel of wits, but let's go to Frida going to find the sailing vessel.
Gotcha.
You
Gotcha.
also
Yeah.
said that you wanted to find those armored guys that you saw on the.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's do that. Do you want to try to circle
Yeah.
someone up?
Yeah, I think what's happening here is I'm with our paymaster, and we are down at the docks trying to find a ship captain that I trust to bring us across the inner sea to what's the name of this place that we're trying to go to? Clegnar. I'm gonna circles up a ship captain. I think is a great plan. Here we go.
So it's a broad occupation.
Yep.
And it's gonna be, they're gonna be a higher station than you, I think, because they're a captain of something. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But you're not a noble or
well,
anything, right?
I am noble. I am noble of the north. Yeah,
Oh, he's
exactly.
lower station. They're
Yeah.
gonna be lower station. than
Oh, they're
you.
lower station. I see.
Oh yeah, if you're a noble, they're not a noble.
I see. Well, so yeah, what's tricky here is I have served as a sailor before, so maybe what I want to do is rather than sort of pushing my nobility, what I want to do is serve as a as a sailor, finding another
have-
sailor from a ship, and go and find the sailor who's on a ship that's bound for this place. So rather
Do
than
you
going
have
for the captain,
mark?
go for the sailor.
Do you
I
have
do have the
mark?
mark of privilege. Yeah,
Ah,
I have
well,
mark of
forget
privilege.
that. You
I
were
can't
gonna
do that.
stand out as a noble. The way
Got
you
it.
talk, the way you
Yeah.
interact with
Yeah.
people.
I understand. Yeah, you got me dead to rights on that. So all right, so I'm circling someone, I'm circling a ship captain in the presence of this other noble. The two of us are standing out. We're gonna get fleeced, but it's not my money. But the real question is, can we find somebody that we trust? Because what we don't want is someone who is going to kidnap us and sell us into slavery and keep our money. So that's
I don't think that's much of an issue that you're going
Okay.
down to the docks and getting a ship. You know, if you were going through
Okay.
the underworld, that might be a
Okay.
risk. I don't think that's going to be a risk, but he is going to have specific information because, or not information, but you want to find a captain that's going to the place you need to go.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
Because you're not going to hire the ship yourself. So I'm going to say it's ob 4 circles.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty significantly difficult. So I think I'm almost certainly not going to make that. That's fine. I'd like to claim a helping die from our NPC if I can.
Yeah, sure. And the other people can be with you as well. So the other players can be with
I
you.
understand.
This
Oh,
is going
okay.
to happen separately from the shop thing.
I understand. I understand. Okay, great. So I can claim helping dice from all of these people. That's helpful.
As long
And
as they share a life path. So do you have a sailor life path?
I do. I do have a sailor life path.
Do any of you guys probably do not?
No one else does, so maybe I can't.
City born? Are both of you city born?
I was born below.
I'm born peasant.
Okay. Then Sanj, you can actually help. Vina
I'm
can help.
peasant. As a
do have-
peasant?
Is
Yeah.
a peasant?
Yeah, but it's all about city born.
And no,
Oh,
but
yeah.
mostly it's my smuggler.
Oh, smuggler.
You
There you
have
go.
smuggling? That's even
Yeah.
better. Absolutely.
Okay, so not peasant, but smuggler for Vina. Do you have anything that's smuggling related, Nico?
I do have that the guy, the contact that I've got my thumb on, Jovan Musk. Would that
Oh yeah,
help in any way?
yeah, absolutely. He's down at the docks, right? Isn't he a dock working
He's
guy?
like a overseer kind of guy, I think.
You'll have to circle him up though, right? Because he's not is he a relation? No. You'll have to circle him up first to get his help.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't want to.
Okay, and what are your life paths, Nico? Born below, snitch, gauntlet, and kidnapper. Oh, I see. Yeah, you don't. So you can't help. Can I get help from this noblewoman? Does she have any?
Absolutely, she can help.
Okay. All right. So I've got 2 dice of help for circles. And my own where's my character info here? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong damn character. That's my problem. This is the problem is I open up with other people's characters and then I get mixed up as to which one's mine. Here we go. So circles is right here.
I'm gonna say too that if you fail, then
Okay.
you're still gonna get this ship. He's
Right.
just gonna have a little enmity with you, and he's
Sure.
probably gonna overcharge your friend.
Okay. I don't mind about the overcharging.
It's
The
gonna be
enmity,
a
I think is,
disadvantage.
enmity
to
is going to be great. Enmity is going to be great. I love that idea. So great. So here we go. I'm going to circles up this person. This is going to be a difficult, a challenging test, I suspect. Just wanted to look and see if she had so she's born noble, sailor, scout, and freebooter. So she's got the sailor thing going for her here. And she doesn't have any useful relationships. So
Are
that's
you
it.
gonna
Okay.
involve your reputation of being wanted with the Thieves Guild?
Oh,
I'm gonna say it's gonna give you a help, but if you fail, it'll give you a worse consequence.
I see. Can I instead use my reputation as grog gulper? Since I haven't used that for a while. And
I don't think it's applicable here.
Okay, I can't drink the captain under the table. I was thinking that might be a way to win over his loyalty.
Oh,
Indiana Jones
maybe.
style.
I guess if you're looking in it, you know what? I'll let you use it,
Okay.
but if you fail, then the consequence is going to be that there are, and or you're only going to use the grog gulper, right? You're not
I'm
going
only
to
going to use the grog gulper. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I will say that I don't know what the consequence. I think it's too complicated. I'm just going to say the consequence of failure is that he's going to overcharge you.
Yeah, or he's a drunkard, right? I mean, that would be bad also. Okay, let's make him a drunkard if I fail. I think that's interesting because having a drunk captain is going to be interesting later on. Here
Yeah,
we go.
yeah. I like
All
that.
right, so I'm rolling circles, and I have reputations, affiliations, advantages. I've got a reputation that's helping me, and I've got help of 2, so that's a total of 3 dice help. Here we go. And what was the difficulty of this thing? The ob? Did you say 4? 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So I right now 4 dice. I could put a persona on this, but I don't think it's worth it because I think 4 on 4 is not great. Not much better than 3 on 3. So here we go. We're just going to enjoy having a drunken captain. Here we go. Base obstacle 4. And we have a drunken captain, I think. No. Yes. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Here it
No,
is.
you have
Circles.
1/6. You have 1/6.
Sure. Why not? Happy to spend a 6. So opening up my character sheet again. This is fate. Rolling a fate down to 5. Rolling a fate. And remaining ob is 1. Nope. Remaining ob is 2. Here we go. Submit. Dice are 1. Correct. Well, we got it to 3 successes. We're only shy by 1, but not enough.
Yeah.
Doesn't do
So,
anything. But at least
so,
you write it on your character sheet.
I'm going to write down that I did spend a fate on my character sheet. Tell us about this captain. I guess I don't get to name him, but I'm happy to help you name him if you want. We find a captain who is an angry drunk, because I have both enmity and drunkenness going for us.
So what is
his
the
name-
resource to hire a ship? I'm thinking it's gonna be like 4, right? Hire passage on a ship.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I at the moment don't care because
I'm
it's not
not
my
good
money.
with those rules. Greg.
It's not my money,
read
so
the
I don't
rules.
care. But if you want us to, so I was
I
assuming
think
she
you
was
could
paying
say
for it.
yes it. Yeah.
But if you want to play out the resource mechanic with her, I'm happy to do that.
I do, because it could have some interesting things that happen if she fails it. Let's see. Resources, there we go. This is gonna be ob 3.
All right.
It's gonna be ob 3. And she is probably got resources of 5.
Okay.
Yep. So
I
I'll
have-
just roll for her on 5d6. And none of you guys can help, right? You're all broke.
It's true that we all have resources 0. So yes.
Okay,
We
here she goes.
I have resources of 1.
Oh, well,
She makes
did you
it.
want-
She
Wow.
makes it. Did you want to help?
It's okay. You rolled already. It's fine.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, she makes it. So you guys have a ship now.
Great. I gave the guy a name. I'm not sure I'm happy with the name. I tell me if you want a different name. I put it in the chat. We find a captain who's an angry drunk, Blackbeard McTubbins of the Spruce Goose. So
We can always change it. It's all good.
we can always change it. I've got it for the moment. He has some. He's not a friendly guy, and he is also drunk. And I think that's going to make for an interesting crossing.
What time can you guys play till?
I think we'd agreed to play till noon. I'm happy to stop earlier if we need to.
Yeah, I gotta pick up my son at somewhere for noon. Not like about 15 minutes away. So
Let's do Arthur now then. I think
Okay.
it's probably a good idea to do Arthur because I still got to think on the Duel of Wits anyway.
Okay.
What
Okay.
he's going to ask for.
Okay. Yeah. The
Okay.
only thing we could conceivably throw in really quick could be an encounter with those bad guys. But if we want to, sorry, with the Goon Squad.
Goon
But
Squad, yeah.
if you
If
want to
we end
wait
up-
and do that also next time, that's fine with me.
Yeah, I think let's wait and do it. I want this Duel of Wits with the merchant to end up with a quest.
Okay.
He's gonna say
I love it. I love
both
it.
of those baubles, and I'm thinking it's gonna be like he's gonna want you to get that book that you mentioned for him, so he
Got
can
it.
sell it.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Find that
Okay.
book in the north and
That's-
bring it to me.
That's exactly
it.
what I was thinking about, and angling maybe more for more knowledge and having another patron in the
I think this is
sorcerer's
great.
arts.
Well,
Cool.
so
It's
let's
so
do
Lankhmar,
that.
too. We tried to
And
do
I'd
something
love to
and
be
we
involved in the
twisted it
Duel of
something
Wits
else.
next time. So
Yeah,
Cool.
for sure.
Okay, fun. Good job, Eric, for landing us in this hot mess.
so since we had a short session today, should we
I'm trying
rather
to
than
come out of my
doing
shell,
full Artha, maybe we should avoid giving out the MVP and the other sort of big awards, but just focus on beliefs.
Oh no, I think we should do
Do
both.
the whole thing.
I
Okay,
think
sounds
Eric
good.
definitely is gonna get.
Oh,
like
Eric
it.
did some great stuff. I totally
Yeah.
agree with you. That's well put. Let's make sure we give something to Eric. Okay, good. All right.
Workhorse. I always get those confused. Maybe he's gonna get Workhorse rather
I was
than
thinking he might get the what's the thing the embodiment, because he was embodying his character
he
like
does
a crazy
always
person.
embody his character.
Yeah.
I would take
All
that
right.
one over the other ones because I'm trying to role play more and come out of my shell more. And I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. So
You're
I
doing
would accept
great.
that one, maybe not any of the other
Yeah.
Of the other ones.
Doesn't
So,
the
so
book
let's just do
sell
you
still?
first.
Yeah, sounds
we
good.
got an embodiment award for a persona point for just good role playing and character building.
Okay.
Driving
I
the
agree.
game forward with a belief. Is that your belief about
Steal.
Well,
I'll get
I
this.
mean, my actionable thing was to get Venus guidance and expanding my senses. But but there's I knew the world contains all manner of mysteries and blah 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 blah. But I found myself in the center of them, unwittingly swimming like a rat in the belly of a sinking ship.
I think
So
I think you get to
iteration of
take
it
down the
was-
cats because of this little
Oh,
cat
yeah.
gold statue.
yes, that's right. I agree.
And
So I think
because
That's
I
the
think
fate.
is
because
that
if I-
fate for belief 3? Peter?
Yeah.
so
Fate.
because I think that if I saw if I saw the trinket and it wasn't something,
cat.
and I knew that it was going to be really hard to steal, I may have passed on it. But
Yeah.
it was the cat, so yeah.
That's right. I agree.
Yep.
So fate for belief 3.
Yep.
And that's the only thing that came in, I think.
It really
That
is.
sound
Yeah.
although maybe one of your traits did, or one of your instincts.
The watch.
Oh yeah, you stuck your nose where it didn't belong. So I think that's also a fate.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So we have fate, and embodiment for Nico. Callous, skulking, clawed, communal, cowardly, tunnel vision, large ears, quick-blooded, and large inside. None of those came up. So, but belief
Maybe a
3 and
little
instinct
skulky,
3.
but
We may want to next time do a trait vote. I think we
Let's
should
wait
do
till the end of our adventure. I think we're close
Yeah,
to
yeah.
it, and I think that's the appropriate moment. All right, quickly
10
going
sessions.
over Frida. I don't know that Frida did much. She did not deal with the Goon Squad. She did not make. Oh, I think I worked on making Scapegrace Alcaraz slip because this treat me with due respect because I brought her along and led the way in finding a captain. Would you give me a
Sure,
fate
I
point
can
for
do that.
belief 2? Okay, thank you. And and I did not work on the princeling, so that's not too bad. I had plans for doing it, I just did not have a moment for it. Instincts, I didn't get to not trust a man. I didn't get to draw my sword at the first sight of danger. When storms gather, dive in. I didn't quite do that. I sort of, I got drunk. That's all I did. I'm taking that off. Traits, boasting, redhead of the gold waist. I did get to use my trait of iron stomach a little bit, in drinking, but I'm not sure it got me in
paid
trouble.
for that. You
Okay,
definitely
great.
got in trouble, so yeah.
Oh, that's true. I did get in trouble. Good, 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 good. All right, and let's move on to, and I don't. Let's move on to Vina.
Okay. So my first belief, I will earn by stealing books on the magic of the wise women of the north, this strange feline power, and bring them on our trip to the north.
Fate.
At least a fate for that one.
Yeah,
and
I mean, you
then-
led that. You were responsible for giving us this whole bookseller thing with that
Yeah.
belief. So that was, I love what that added to the session.
Cool. My belief about Anje and the Thieves Guild and being, feminine power or whatever, that didn't happen. And my last one about Nico and giving him some training on his spirit sense, that didn't happen. Make a noticeable tick when dealing with slave owners and pimps. I'm still holding on to that one. I want that. I just can't wait to roleplay that. Always be drawn to the arcane, kind of, but it didn't really get me in any trouble, really. Always cope my, that doesn't really come into play that much.
I
And
don't
my
know. I think
skills,
you're always being drawn to the arcane led you into that bookstore.
Yeah,
that
I
magic
agree.
store. I think it did get you in trouble.
oh yeah,
All right. Yeah,
that's
we're in
true.
trouble now. So let's take a fate
Cool.
for that.
I got
Agreed.
another. I
Agreed.
love that too. And of my traits, I was trying to play a paranoid, but at the end of the day, I didn't balk at going into the shop.
Store. Yeah.
I that would have been fate worthy.
You overcame it. Yeah.
But I overcame it, and I think it's like one of those things. It's that because that one is such a scaredy poop trait, it doesn't, it doesn't give you action, right? Like, so it's hard to.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
It
Agreed.
can give you action away from something, into like, out of the frying pan into the fire kind of thing. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I think you get a fate and a persona for belief one too, because you did learn something about.
I agree.
Okay, cool. Lovely.
I agree. I agree.
That belief, man, has racked up 2 fate, 3 persona. I'm
Nice.
loving it. Thanks, man.
All right.
You
good.
guys will need it.
Yeah.
It was great. All right, this was a fun session. It was a short one, but I really love what Nico did, and I really did enjoy the bookstore thing. I'm glad we brought in that angle, and I'm looking forward to this duel of wits next time.
Yeah, should be.
And great session management, Peter, in saying let's wait on the duel of wits, let's do this other thing, and then we'll come back to it.
I want to take our time and do it right,
Yeah.
not rush to it. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
And it's good that at least we get to get on with our daily lives right now, so we can leave early and
Yeah.
Sounds
not
good.
get
Yeah.
yelled at by wives and whatnot.
Yeah. Sounds like a good